Good evening, welcome back. And we are in a transfer window, and it is the kind of transfer window that I wanted. I didn't really want to sign too many players, and this might come to a shock to some of you. We've had an offer for Morstedt, and I made a decision to actually transfer list him. He is very interested in going to Southampton, so I think we have to accept that. He was transfer listed. He was not part of my plans. We picked him up for 4.5 million. He was our top scorer last year, but for me, he wasn't cutting it. Hi, Joseph. How are you doing? I'm doing okay, I think, so far. So for me, he wasn't cutting it as the main striker. We'd brought in Geronimo Silva and Winkler as strikers, and it's about time that they settled into the team and started doing the business. We also have Valesco, who can play up front very successfully. So I just felt it was time to let him go. And if we do let him go, if we look at what's happening in the transfer window, I'm still trying to sell a couple of players, especially Marin. I need Marin to go. I decided we are bringing in Dango Quatera. He was let go by Bournemouth. Not everybody's cup of tea. And I had him on trial for 3 weeks. He's played in 4 of the last 5 games. And he has just taken to this team like a fish to water. And he has a top rating of 9.6. Minimum, his lowest match rating is 7.4, with an average rating of 8.12. In those 4 games, he has scored 4 and assisted twice. I made an offer to bring him in. I thought it's probably the right thing to do. He hasn't had the most successful of times at Bournemouth, or indeed on loan at Lens. Who knows, though? He's come in as a squad player, or hopefully he's coming in. We've offered him a contract. It's a nice contract for him, given that nobody else is interested in him. And players who've gone out of note, Verbruggen finally got sold for 3.9 million. That's got rid of him. Makengo wanted an outrageous wage hike, and I'd already given a wage hike to Meslier, and I just didn't have the money. So I decided we had far too many in midfield. Good morning, Barbaric Disdain. How are you? And I just decided, let's get rid of him. I had too many at that time in midfield. So we got 23.5 million for him, which was good. Alan finally left as well after spending a season in the reserves. He went to West Brom for 4.6 million, and a couple of others have gone out on loan. So a few have gone out. I'm bringing in 32 million. And we've only brought in 2 players at the moment. So we renewed Stankovic's contract. He was available on a free, so we've brought him in. And of course, you know that we'd signed Missouri at the back end of last season. And then we have brought in Romario Figueroa on a free transfer. And I like this boy. I don't know why I like him. He's 20 years old. His physicals are very, very good. He's not the best in the air for a central defender, but he's got bags of pace. And he has a lot of development to do. His mentals are not bad for 20. First touch is excellent, and his technique is very good. His passing is not bad. It could be better, and hopefully it will get better as the years go by. Brought him in on a free. He's now worth 27 million. And I don't know. He's just going to be, for me, it says regular starter, but he's not going to be a regular starter. He's going to get odd games, and he might complain about that. Who knows? One of the interesting things about him is, if we look at his he is a wonder kid. So 20 years old. I think that's a good transfer for the future. Probably not for this season. And then my main signing this season, I had to strengthen here, is Anthony Rouault, who has come in from Toulouse in France. He is a central defender, very good in the air, very good tackler, and has good all-round mentals. He's not a superstar by any stretch, but there's nothing that is bad in terms of his mentals, and physically he's a very good, strong central defender. Passing as well is decent. He could probably be trained as an anchor as well, and he can play as an inverted fullback or even a fullback on the right hand side in an emergency. So yes, Barbaric, I am very, very good. Thank you. Yes, Joseph, I agree. He looks like a very decent player. I'm going to click on, when I go back to this, I'm going to click accept that. That will bring in 17.5 million, which will give me 72 million to play with. I do have a little bit outstanding on the wage budget, but I have options then in terms of the squad as a whole. But I don't have to spend the money, and I don't want to bring in too many players that will disrupt the squad again. It's a squad that I've tried to keep together in the main, but I am looking at one player, and he is Matthias Soulé, Barcelona player, available for 20 million. And I like the look of him, 25 years old. Like the look of him in terms of his ability to play as an attacking mid, and can play on the right hand side as well. But I think in terms of an attacking midfielder, then I think he would be a very, very good signing. And one of the things I like about him is his flair. And we do have a squad that is full of flair. We are, I think, third in the Premier League in terms of the ratings for flair, and we're fourth for off the ball. So with that in mind, tactically I've changed it a little bit. We're going back to the 4-1-2-2-1, and Kutara fits very nicely into that right wing slot. We have others who can play there. We have Arribas who can play there as well. We can play in several different styles. 2991 Matt. Real versus Uwe. So here you are. I can't watch. I refuse to watch DAZN. I refuse to sign up for them because they'll just overpower you with emails. And then secondly, they are deliberately showing it in low quality, so that to make you sign up for the premium. And I refuse to watch it on DAZN for those reasons. So I don't have the option of watching it 2991. But yeah, it would be a good game, I think. You could try both. That would be an idea. I'm getting told I'm not receiving enough video, that there is a problem with the stream. There's been a problem with my internet all day. So I am going to start with this 4-1-2-2-1. Start the season at least. When we go to the dressing room, you can see the players are all very happy. And we have had the last game. That was an incredible result. Eupen are apparently a team who are very similar to us, and to beat them 10-0 is well, it was quite startling when I was watching that back. Salzburg and Genk also are teams who are very similar to us, at least according to when I set up the friendlies. I deliberately looked for teams for these games that were similar to us. 10-0 was hard to believe, and when I go to the dressing room and I you have that little meeting. They all like the shape, which is quite interesting. Dynamics, we have a couple of unhappy players. Marin, because I just can't sell him. El Riada offered me a stupid price for him, but I said no. And then Grenbach wants to start more games. So I think, looking at the results and looking at the squad, I think I'm putting a squad together. I'm going to accept this offer now. He wants to go to Southampton, and he really is surplus to requirements now. And we'll go and play against Salzburg. I don't know if I've got any information on them. I'm going to play wing play. I'm not sure they're going to play in this setup. I think it'll probably be a 4-2-2, 4-4-2. But I will have to watch my defensive line, because I want to play high up the pitch, although we are not going to be counter-pressing. I also want them to be more expressive, because we have this high flair level, and I'm still thinking about this. And it does seem to me they play better when we're fairly narrow, so we'll start with fairly narrow today. So let's go and play this game against Salzburg. It will be, although it's a friendly, it's an interesting friendly, shall we say. And then we will finish off today with the Community Shield against Arsenal, which will also be an interesting game, I think. And here he is again. He's off, my director of football. No, we don't want him. No, not for anything. So we'll get rid of that one. I am hoping that Utara comes in. He's got no reason not to, and he's played extremely well. And Garosabal Diamonde, Mane, no, I don't think so. Dominguez, Emmanuel for Grenbach. No, I want Grenbach to think he's a main man. So I'm going with the team that I selected. You'll get to see pretty much all of them. I changed them all over around 60 minutes, so nobody gets overtired. And we have 2 teams and a bit, which is good at the moment. All this, I think we can just do that, delay everything. Don't have the money for contracts. You have BMW on the left side. Why not Carrilero? Because I'm playing with 2 in midfield, and this one I want to get forward. And the reason that this tactic works is because of the DLP being on a support duty. So both of those are going to get forward. And that's kind of one of the reasons. He likes to play as a ball winner. We could equally play him as a centre mid on support or on attack. And each one of them, you can see, has personalised, apart from Diamonde. He should have personalised. So when we bring on the subs, we'll personalise them as well. And it might be that somebody who comes on, for example, Dominguez, will play in a different role. So we're keeping up the role familiarity for them by letting them play in the role that they want to. So he is a natural ball winner. It fits what I want to do. He's just going to chase the ball around, basically, and will cover if necessary in this area. So, and he will then also support Grenbach on the flank, as well as supporting Scott. In the pass maps are working out really quite well. If we go and have a look at the overall, so if we look at the pass maps for this one, our passing has been outstanding. Let's go and look at it in more detail. If we look at the combinations, our passing is generally out wide, and especially down this flank. And what I found with this tactic is that there's always overloads here. A lot of goals has come from this area here. It usually starts out here, comes very quickly across the pitch and overloads here. So there's a lot of goals come from that. It's high up the pitch, it's compact. And what that means is, in terms of where we are playing, you can see exactly where we are playing our football. We're not playing down the middle at all. And this one is Chieta. He is very, very close all the time to the attacking mid. And the ball winner is creating combinations on this side. So it's kind of working at the moment. And until it's not working, then I think we will just keep continuing doing what we're doing, especially now. Villa, good evening, Kusik. Good evening, Kagri. Villa is an interesting one because it wasn't getting any views. It was getting like about 50 something views. It's a lot of work. It takes about 6 hours to prepare, to then record, and then play the match. It takes about 6 or 7 hours to do it. And if only 50 were watching it. I'm actually going to do a poll with people. Do you want me to continue with the Villa? I understand. I did a poll that people are not interested in the data hub. And so therefore probably were not watching for that reason, because it's focused on the data hub. So I'll probably do a poll. Do we want to continue with the Villa? One of the other things that you know about this is that I was offered the Manchester City job. And in a mirror save, I've taken it. And in this save, I didn't take it. I also believe, if that's still going on, that I am favourite. If we go to the job centre, not anymore. I'm not favourite anymore. The Real Madrid job has gone. I was favourite to get the Real Madrid job, which I also turned down. I turned down the interview. And also I turned down the interview for Bayern Munich as well. I don't know why I'm suddenly Mr. Popular. It's very nice, because I've only won 2 FA Cups, 1 Community Shield, and the Championship. That is all I've won. So why are the best teams in the world coming in for me? It doesn't make any sense. So that the Manchester City one, which I accepted, will come out. Did I make the right decision? And hopefully will follow the games that I do in the live streams. So in this one, we'll play as Ipswich, and then I will play as a watch along the Manchester City up to the point where Ipswich is. So we can look at, okay, which one was the right decision? Because I'm still not convinced that we're going to start winning in the Premier League. Why do I want to add him to my short list? That doesn't make any sense to me, but never mind. So, and yeah, I was saying I don't think we are good enough yet to really challenge in the Premier League. If we look at the season preview, we're predicted to finish 11th. But then we always are predicted to finish around here. We haven't brought any players in, which is why we haven't moved in that regard. But I have strengthened at centre-back. So, at least I think I have anyway. So, I think Renault is a very good player. He's a little bit behind the others because he's only just come in. So I think he is a very, very good player. And I think if we look at his form, it'll tell us where he came in. He's only played 1 game for us. He came in the evening before that game. Got an 8.3, so he made a good start. But everybody played well against Eupen, and it shocked me, to be honest. And Utara, I'm playing him again because I want him to think that he's going to be a big part of this team. Evening, Pat. How are you doing? Do you take any notice of the analysis button? I do, and I checked it before. We do have an issue just here because of the ball winner, but because he'll chase the ball, he will cover these areas. And maybe you're right. Maybe what I should be doing is playing him as a Carolero, because as a but we still have this in terms of the analysis. I, at the moment, just want them, because they've been so bad, I want them to play in the way that they are used to playing and that they like to play. And that's João Gomez's role. So he can continue doing that unless I see that there's an issue. There are also some other interesting things here. You can see the ratings. And this one shows their role familiarity. So, yeah, there are a lot of things actually on this screen that people don't use. And I certainly never seen people using this. I do use it, but I just probably do it before I set up my tactic, which you guys then don't get to see. Team report screen. Yeah, we can do that. If we go back and where am I going to get my team report? It might be in my... It's not in my assistant. Yes, it is. There's a ton of stuff we don't have. We are a young team and we're building, and so this just shows you that we're not great. Our finishing has been exceptionally poor, but at some point Silva and Winkler have to step up to the plate. They've had a season playing now. Surely one of those wonder kids is going to take off. We have a ton of youth prospects. A ton. We could actually make this a youth-only save. We have a lot of good players in there. I think we're going to find that our passing and vision are very good. And also, it should be saying in here that our flair is extremely good. But it hasn't actually... He hasn't actually noticed that. We do have decent flair. So, yeah, I mean, it is not the complete squad yet. But if I do things slowly, then I think maybe we'll start improving. And I in the past, what I've tried to do is improve the whole squad every transfer window. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. And I think I have to improve one little item at a time. So this will be an interesting game. And I will, yeah, let's keep an eye on that ball winner and see if, personally, I'd like a centre mid in there, if possible. We don't need the sound on, because I've been playing the friendlies. I have the sound on. I like it. We'll do that. And I know these are only friendlies, and people, like, they don't watch friendlies generally. I think they're absolutely essential to watch. I think that you learn so much about your tactic, and this needs to be looked at. He is outstanding at the moment. He's getting so much space down here, and by watching it, I was able to change that from an inverted winger to a winger. And I'm still thinking they play better fairly narrow, but the jury's out on that. And yeah, we'll tell them that, although they probably know this is close to the first team. But it doesn't do them any harm to think that they're not 100% in the team. And so these are a good team. I've forgotten who it is now. Salzburg, is it? RBS, Salzburg. And they are equivalent to us. So we're going to have to play well. We have been passing extremely well. The system has worked extremely well. But at some point it may come unstuck as well. So we'll have to be able to adjust for when it does get problematical. Stankovic is in goal instead of Meslier because he needs game time. He's not fit, so that's why he's playing. The rest of them should be good enough to dispatch this team, I hope. And you can see now that João Gomez going forward is now out of position. This is an issue, but I need him to do that. We'll cope at the back, hopefully. And the good thing about him being a ball winner is that if he does wander too far and has to track back, he will follow the ball, not his man. And so being a ball winner is better than having a centre mid on attack who won't track the ball. We're getting a bit of a beating at the moment from Salzburg, but they are a good team. I think that there is an issue possibly with the lines as they are playing wing play. Probably need to drop the line a little bit. We've probably got too high a line. But winning the second balls is very important, and we're not doing that. And it does, even watching that suggests the line is too high. So we're just going to pop that back a tad and stop them, give them a little bit of space in front and try and stop them getting behind. And these two boys, Winkler and Silva, I guess I'm relying on them to have a good season. They were awful last year. They're young kids who've come in, but they've had a year playing regularly in the team now, and I would expect them to suddenly be better than what they were. As wonder kids, at some point they've got to be able to play, which is why Mortstadt's gone, because I think he's reached as good as he's ever going to be. And that's about what he's going to be able to do. The level of interest, as you can see, is just from Southampton. He's not ever going to be world class. We picked him up for a song, and we're going to make 13 million on him. That's good enough for me. And I have players who I need to step up now up front. And I can't be playing the likes of Morstadt just to cover for the fact that they are not doing their jobs. Valesco has done very well up top. But at the moment we're still having a bit of a beating. This is a very good Salzburg team though. And if we do lose, it's going to be a lesson. Just looking at how we pushed the line back, it has stopped them from having shots. Free kicks, that's no problem. But we need to start putting some things together. We've been extremely good up to now. The Premier League, of course, will be a different kettle of fish. But if we can beat Salzburg, who are probably the best team we are going to play, that's a penalty, ref. Probably going to be the best team that we play in our friendlies. I think they're marginally better than us, in fact. I think they are a 4-star reputation and we are 3.5 still. So they're marginally better than us. And we're still getting used to this formation. They like it. Fans like it as well, which is all good. But when the team like the formation, that's a good start. And now we've pushed the line back. We're doing a lot better. what concerns me is we are leaving space in the middle of the park, which they will use. If we don't retain the ball, they will use the space in the middle of the park. And it may be one of these has to come onto a defend duty, one of those midfielders. They're certainly counter-attacking at pace. It looks like fluid counter-attack to me. One of the other things that I can do is to drop the offensive line to a mid-block, which will then close the space in midfield again. But at the moment, I don't think there's need to panic. If we can just get one, I'll make us favourites to win. Oh. Got to put those in, boys. Get them on target. Hey, Ryan. Good to see you again. Started a save with Scarborough. Awesome. Excellent, Ryan. Setting up a tactic is probably, when you're new to the game, it looks like one of the hardest things that you ever try to do. It's not that difficult. I've used, when I've started just this season, I've used that method that I talked to you about myself. Just go back to that. Can we do it or can't we? If we can't do it, don't do it. And I don't think we are good enough to counter-press. That's why counter-press isn't on. And I've looked at the squad in terms of what attributes they need to counter-press, and they just don't have enough of them. And so better to leave it off than ask them to do something they can't do. And so far it's looking good. And what a chance. And that's something. He's been putting those away very regularly, Odanga. And unfortunately, he's not having his greatest game today. But he's got contracts on his mind. Does he want to sign for us or not? I'm surprised Bournemouth just let him go, to be fair. He's a decent player. So I can't understand why they would let his contract run down unless he decided that I don't want to play for Bournemouth. So I can't understand why that would have happened. We're being a little bit overrun in the middle of the park, but I'm not too worried about that. So there's the ball winner again. He just chases the ball around in these areas. And I kind of like that. As long as we're keeping the ball, I like that. Because he's a nuisance for the opposition in these areas, in the, what would you call that area, just outside the box. It's not the final third. He just makes a nuisance of himself and puts pressure on them as a ball winner. Who is that getting back late? Probably the wing back, is it, getting back late? Looks like time. And I want him to be a calm head. This new signing, Raul, he's just into the team. He's going to take a little while to settle. He won't play when the Premier League starts, and that'll probably upset him. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, on paper, the best defender we have. But I think Diamonde, Atom, Mane are also players who will become good defenders in the future, but they may not be great yet. And I keep saying that about this Ipswich stage. One of these days I'm going to wake up and they're all good players, which is why we've tried to keep this squad, this team together in the main and not add too much to it, because I'm hoping one day we will wake up and they are good players. At the moment, I'm not too unhappy. We are taking the game to RBS now. And that was simply just about recognising the line needed dropping a little bit. And we've taken control of the game much better now. We've got a chance. Oh, Grembach, you donkey. Possession-wise, we have all the possession. We didn't have it when the line was too high. But now we've got all the ball, pretty much. And they are under pressure. Alex Scott. It's a kind of like a cryptic message when you get that. Alex Scott looks like he's used to playing a more direct game than he's been asked to play. It's a very cryptic message. I've spent years trying to understand what that means. So let's have a look at Alex Scott. He's got a 93% pass rate, which is good. 29 passes, 93%. He's having a decent game. Winkler is not having a very good game. He's only got a 75% pass rate. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It looks like he's used to playing a more direct game. What he's used to might not be what I want to do. And so he may have to just learn that he has to play a shorter passing game. On the other hand, we can ask him, if he wants to be more direct, we can ask him to dribble more. And that will mean that he is more direct now. So there's a very cryptic message. It doesn't mean that he has to do more direct passing. It could be a lot of things. Being more direct could mean just being, whacking shots in. That's direct football. And I'm just going to ask him to dribble more and see what happens with that. Because that will mean he's more direct. He's going to be running at players, picking up the ball and running at players. So it may not be to do with the passing. And if it is to do with the passing, well, it doesn't matter because this is the way we play. You're going to have to get used to it or not be in the team. And so something to think about, because he could also play in this role. And that would mean that I could ask him then to more direct passing or whatever. But it's something, again, that people ignore when the assistant says that, usually because they don't know what it means. And it took me years to figure out, what does it mean? Why does he want to be more direct? Passing is good. And it's a cryptic message. I'm going to say, keep working hard, boys. I might pick on some individuals here. Nobody's really playing badly. Missouri's not playing well, so we can tell him you've not been good enough so far. And I think we'll send him out like that. You can still win this, and Missouri, buck up, will you? Just focus a little bit, son. And I'm not sure that he's having his greatest game today, but I can't expect him to be getting green 7s every game he plays. And I still think it's the right choice to bring him in. I think he will be a good part of this team. And I think it's probably time to get the other team on the pitch very soon. For a player like Paulo Dybala, have two good strikers, advanced playmaker or a gash. He could play as an advanced playmaker, but then I'll have two playmakers. And the key to this tactic, the way I built this tactic, was around a DLP. The DLP eventually will become a key role. Once they start playing this well, you'll see that the DLP is key to everything. He runs the game, basically. But he's not quite there yet. I think, I could do maybe next season and bringing in a world-class DLP, using the money to buy a world-class DLP. But we got what we've got at the moment. I was looking at Hugo Larsson, but unfortunately he's gone to Real Madrid. So, His price tag was just outside my reach at the time. So one of these seasons we might be able to bring in a world-class DLP who just sits here and just sprays passes all over the place. And that's something for the future. Or we might find someone in our youth academy who can do that. But it is something that I want, is to have a perfect DLP in here. Terrible pass. Missouri's having an absolute shocker. I think what we can do, he's almost coming off anyway, but we'll say take fewer risks. Like, that was a risky pass he tried. There's no need for it. Oh, what a chance, Winkler. Oh, he's missed it. Idiot. Oh. We've been the better team. We just haven't scored the goal. I'm not too unhappy. I know people were talking about the ball-winning midfielder. I'm not too unhappy about how he's playing, where he's playing. And he is a nuisance. In these areas, he's just following the ball when we lose it. And he's just a nuisance. And I like that. And the good thing is, you don't have to be the greatest player in the world. You just need a ton of stamina. You just need to run around a lot. Almost, boys. Almost. Not quite, though. Okay, it's time to make some changes. I can see some problems in this. For example, Kita's done enough. So what I will do now is bring him back here, probably. And then somebody who's going to have a run for me. Alande could probably do it, but I'm going to go with Dominguez. Let's put Dominguez in here. And he can play as centre mid on support. So he's the first one on. He's had an absolute shocker. I'm going to play him as a wing back rather than a complete wing back. And Renault hasn't done particularly well today either. May not like the cover duty, so let's put him on defend. We've got the line back a bit now. I don't think we need the cover. Scott can come off, and Arribas can come on. For Scott, I think. No, let's put Alande in there. Timon can be replaced by Finkgraf. João Gomez playing there. He doesn't like the hold position instruction. He may have to come off anyway. They're all going to come off. So I might actually put Badgetic in there. So Badgetic can sit in there. And up top, it's a shame Utara has not had his greatest game today. Arribas can play here. I originally signed Arribas to fill this role, which is quite interesting. And Silva will come on for... We're going to play them as advanced forwards now. And Valesco on the left wing. Renault can be replaced by Mane. He's okay with the cover role. And Atom can come in for Diamonde. So I have like two teams here. And now Meslier can replace Stankovic. So this team that's gone out there now, I think, is every bit as good as the team it's replaced. So having these two teams plus spares. Oh, come on, boys, come on. Yeah, they're all coming off in a minute. Don't worry, I'm on the case. They're all being replaced. And looking at it, we've definitely been the better team. We just haven't put the ball in the net. It's kind of like a bit of a shame, because we've been playing so well up to this point. Can we get one? Come on, boys. You've got this. These are a good team. If you beat them, I'll be very pleased. Oh, almost. Oh, come on. Come on, boys. Come on, we've got this. Fresh legs on the pitch now. They haven't made any changes. Hey, Legacy of Kane. Legacy of Kane Payne. What are you doing? Here to learn and enjoy. This is like, I don't know what you learn, except that sometimes things in FM don't go the way you want them to, and we've had 2 horrible seasons. But I guess what I'm learning is you just got to stick it out. Just like, no matter what happens, just stay with it. The pain will go away one day. And I think I'm learning that. Because I've really had horrible seasons, and I really don't know why the big clubs have been coming in for me. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester City. Because we've only won 2 FA Cups, as I said. We've only won 2 FA Cups, the Championship, and 1 Community Shield. And yet the best teams in the world are looking to sign me, which kind of odd. It's very much like if some of you were following my very first save with Notts County. We won everything that we possibly could for the first 2 seasons. And then it just fell apart. And then suddenly all the top clubs were coming in for me. And it didn't make any sense. Why would they do that? Offside? No, he's okay. Come on. 1 good pass. 1 good pass. Come on, the ball should go out wide. You know that, boys, that there's an overload already out there. Just get it out wide. That's better. Not quite, though. They're still learning how to do this. But you could see that if he had moved it, if that DOP had moved it quicker to the right, there was a 2-on-1 out on the right-hand side. And that's why this tactic is effective. There's always a 2-on-1 on the right-hand side. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. We're just not putting them away today. It's just not going to be our day. We're still like the better team, even though we've put a completely new team onto the pitch. We're still like a better team on the day. They are a better team than us, but on the day, we've put 2 teams out, and we've been the better team with both of them. You're offside, buddy. Not given. I thought he was miles offside. Talking of live football, somebody was asking about the Club World Championship earlier. I did watch Manchester City last night. What a game that was. What an absolutely stunning game of football. And fair play to Al Hilal. I thought at the end of the day, Leonardo was outstanding. And he didn't get many chances, but boy, when he got one, he took it. And so, unfortunately for City, they're going home. And not good news for them. Can we get one? 0-0 will be a good result against Salzburg. I'm having dominated the game, but be nice to just sneak it if we can. They're getting desperate. They are defending really deep now. And it looks like they're holding on. There's a line of 5 now. And they're just holding on. Whereas we have all the time in the world in midfield because all their players are here. So what I might do, if needed, we had a chance. Go on, Sam. No. What I might do just for the last 5 minutes, go a little bit wider. And we'll take that off as well. I don't think I want to push up. I don't want to counter. I think we just do what we're doing and just play a little bit wider. If we can get some crosses into the box. The game just recalculated twice there. I wonder why. It was deciding he was going to be offside. That's what it recalculated twice. But it looks like it's going to end in a draw. I mean, we've been much the better team. It's just disappointing that we didn't win that. In fact, we could now lose it. And I almost did let them in. But that is full time. And I actually think that's a pretty good result against Salzburg. They are definitely a better team. And I'm going to say it's disappointed we didn't win. Because we had lots of chances. Yeah, the headline is Ipswich missed the chance to win. Thoughts now turn again to the transfer window. And I don't think, do I want to make a move? I don't know, boys. The more I think about it, the more keen I am to bring in Soulé. He's not the greatest player in the world, I know. But I think he will fit this role. We'll have 2 very good players who can play this role. I think he will one day make a good attacking midfielder. I don't know. 20 million to me sounds reasonable. I have the money. It's not dependent on anyone going out. I will get the money in very soon for more stats, 17.5 million. He's unlikely to turn Southampton down. He's always said he's interested in going there. But you never know, FM. So I'll have 71 million. What do you think? Should I bring him in? I'm waiting on Utara. He is going to be a good signing, I think. Despite his poor performance in the last game. And this guy, I like him. I don't know what you think, guys. And, yeah, experience-wise, although he's not been the most prolific player, he had a very good season last year with San Sebastian. And 3 goals, 2 assists, an average rating of 7.3, which is good. I think for 20 mil, I'm not going to get any better than that for 20 mil. When the money for more stat comes in, I'll still have 48 mil in the bank. So I think that I want to try at least and bring him in. I think it probably would be a good signing. Play as an inverted winger, he's a beast. Yeah, he'd fit that right wing role perfectly. And it doesn't matter whether they play as an inverted winger or a winger. Play them in whatever position they like. That's the beauty of this tactic, is that can be he can be an inverted winger or he can be a normal winger. He has a very weak right foot, so he's not much of a winger on the right hand side. So an inverted winger coming inside would fit this system perfectly. And that's what, with Utara then playing as a winger, it can confuse teams when you switch this up a little bit. So I'm gonna go and try and make a bid for him. 20 million, we can afford that. But the problem is he will expect to start the majority of matches. I want him to come in as a squad player. Wage is high. See if I can... let's go there. 63 to 78. So at the moment, I'm still thinking, do I want him to come in as a regular starter? There's going to be enough games for everybody. They're going to be begging for a rest at the end of the... Like, by Christmas, they'll all be begging for a rest. So there's going to be enough games for everybody. I don't know. It's a tough one. No, we're not letting him go. I'm not letting him go either. We do have, like, youth players. We've got them coming out of our ears. Trial is coming to an end. Well, make your mind up whether you want to play for us or not. If he rejects the contract, then I've got no option but to bring in the player I was looking at. Stankovic needs to come in. Here's a good player, Mudasa Sadat. He's played a few times in pre-season. He's a good player as an attacking mid. And another one of the youth academy. He's under 21s now, but he's done very well. Looks really good. Morstat doesn't need to be in there. He's going to go out soon. We can put Silva and Winkler in there. And Franco is still under 21, but we can put him in as well. Actually, let's just leave these as under 21s. I might actually put Nevias. I think he's under 21 though, so he doesn't need to be registered either. We have got a ton of young players. And I do hope that... I don't think anybody else is interested in him, so he's not going to be playing any football now. He needs to make his mind up. Is he coming here or not? So these are also a very good team. So we'll have to have our game about us for Genk. Hey McCheeky, how are you doing? Callum, good to see you. Watching a Bournemouth documentary. Very interesting. Was it a good documentary about Bournemouth Football Club, or... looking to get into Football Manager for a while now, but every time I try it, the menus feel so... The menus look overwhelming, but they're not. They're just very simple to go through. Sub-menus can be sometimes overwhelming. But yeah, stick around, and because we do use these menus. I mean, there's a ton of sub-menus in all of these, and... sometimes it can look a bit overwhelming, but we do use these menus, these categories on the left-hand side. The secret is just go through them. This is me. My contract, promises I've made, Dominguez. I removed him as vice-captain. He promised, not that a silly promise, that is. And Grenbach that he'll get more game time. So... lots of, just take a look through them. Is the sub-menus are also the most, you can click on the league table and you've got a ton of other sub-menus. So yeah, you can have the XG table, for example, or you can have the league table. Season preview can be brought up, and then this will give you an idea of the players in the opposition team. There are a lot of sub-menus in here, but stick around. We use a lot of them, but there's a lot of them we don't even bother with. So simplifying it is just use the ones that are necessary. Your tactics, don't bother if you're starting out. Don't bother with the data hub. Tactics, the main thing. Dynamics, just this screen will do. Just checking out who's unhappy, try and address that. Your squad page, there are menus in here that you can use. For example, you can list them in terms of their physical attributes. So if you need physical players, then you'll be looking at this menu to find out who your most physical players are and put them in the team. If you've got a game that needs that, then you might if you're getting a lot of injuries, this might tell you who not to play. So there's lots of little sub menus in here that are very useful. Selection menu is what I normally leave it on. I like to see how their form is, and yeah, just stick around, watch, and hopefully you'll see how I do it, McJiggy. James, how are you doing, my friend? Oh, I did say hello to you earlier. It is very hot. I've got my little fan going here to the left, which is blowing air into my face. Has Missouri... everybody has been playing well. Apart from the last game. They didn't particularly play well in the last game. But everybody is in pre-season has been pretty good. And we haven't been playing just weak teams. Recently, we've been playing some very good teams. So, and Salzburg were, I think, a little bit better than us. I think they were a 4-star team. We are a 3.5. So we're playing teams that are going to put us to the test. And they just didn't play very well in the last game. And sometimes that's how it is. Now, you want to play more, but if you're going to be training like that, it's not acceptable. He's like complaining. Oh, the interesting thing, I went to these interviews. The Bayern Munich. Yes, I did go to the Bayern Munich interview. Got offered the job, turned it down, and I went to the Manchester. What did I do? I went to the Manchester City interview as well. And in both interviews, I got asked the question, we understand that there are a couple of players within your dressing room who are pulling down morale and causing the form to be poor. Can you guarantee that won't happen here? In both interviews, I got asked that question. So, like, I've got 2 players apparently who I'm not aware of, who are causing problems in terms of morale. And I don't know who they are. Why are they getting upset about training? Not acceptable. Oh, it's because I wanted to set targets for them. Yeah, Garosibal is quickly becoming the second wing back, but Garosibal will start in this one. I tend to rotate them in pre-season. I need to know who's playing well, who's not. Finkgraf will start on the flank in this one. And I will obviously switch these boys around as well. I've got players who can play all over the place, who can deputize, and can do a good job. So I think we will probably rotate this and other players will start. Genk are I think exactly the same in terms of reputation as us. 3.5 star, 3.5 star. Oh, numbers. Just auto number. The fans like the numbers, I guess. And I mean, I don't even know what this is about. Do the fans actually get really excited about this? Probably see in the social feed something about the numbers. Ipswich, that's it. Squad numbers time. The details of our squad are as follows. Nobody cares, yeah. Love squad number announcements. It's the football geek in me. Just another exercise to get you to part with more of your money. No thanks. So I guess that's for the fans. I mean, I don't know if any of you do go into this, but you can sign players from here. Sometimes if you look hard enough, so like could be on the way out. Manchester City are looking at this goalkeeper, 36 million. I wouldn't sign him for 36 million. So you can sometimes find players that you can bid for in here. The fans, they like to gossip. He's joined Newcastle. So I do sometimes keep an eye on that. Because, hey, why not listen to the fans? And sometimes FM will give you a clue in there about how things are going. So yeah, an answer to the question, I think, James, Missouri is the number one in terms of the right back. So yeah, he wants to rotate now, and I think it's probably a good idea because we can't use Utara anyway. He's gone. He's disappeared from the squad. Hoping he'll come back. We may, because I only have one who can play that role. We may have to. Oh, Murray Wilson. He was like, he's giving boys a rest. Not in this big game, you're not. Let's get Missouri. Let's just do this quickly. Missouri and Timon on the bench. They're not having days off this early in the season. And then Henry. God blimey. Finkgraf. Badgetich. Timon. He's going to... No, it's going to be Finkgraf who starts. And Atom starts with Mane. And Badgetich. João Gomez starts here. It might actually be a good chance to try out Scott as the DLP. Where is Scott? He's up top. So let's try Scott as the DLP. Dominguez can get a start. Arribas. And then let's give Morstadt his final farewell game. Allende can come on the left-hand side. Emmanuel is a good player and probably needs more game time, so let's give him a game. Valesco then can come onto the bench for some of these. I don't know. Silver can start ahead of Winkler. And now let's get this bench sorted out. Kita for Dodd. Grenbach for Kinnear. Winkler for Booker. Allende for Murray Wilson. João Gomez. And I think those are just young players now. Franco, of course, he's away on international duty. He's a very, very good player. Just needs to become the good player that he's going to be. Morstadt can possibly play his final game. But this, those two questions as well in the interviews. How do I find out who is bringing down the team morale? How would I find that out? Yeah, I'd love to sign Hugo Larsson. Who are the others? Lucas Smith? Not for me. Sutalo. Good defender. Just a bit pricey for now. Larsson, I'd love to sign him. Another good centre-back, but I think I'm happy with the centre. I don't want to disrupt the team too much. So it just says here that everybody's pulling in the same direction. There's a couple of unhappy players. Mane is unhappy because he doesn't like his training. Thinks he should be doing more quickness. I've added quickness to it, but this red is a concern. Training, they're not happy. Most of them are saying it's to do with their unit. The defenders are saying there's not enough defending units, so we have to address that, but I'll do that off camera. But I can't see who would be unhappy, who's bringing down the rest of the team. How on earth would you find that out? I mean, everybody's happy. Showing great togetherness within the squad. I just don't know who they might be. Make him 26 new game. Max Finkgraf, yeah. Another one I think we brought in, like in my first transfer window as a youngster. I had big hopes for him, but I don't think he's gonna quite make it. Or is he just an Ipswich boy through and through? No, he came in from Colne. He must have been about 17 years old. And yeah, I did. I got him in my first season. And he's just not quite. I always had faith in him that he'd make it, but he's just not quite there. And I think the team dynamics have not helped. The way the team's been playing and the dreadful form, I think nobody has developed to their potential. So this season, I'm really hoping that they're all going to pull together. And it does seem to me that everybody is pulling together in the same direction at last. So let's see what we can do against Racing Club. A good team similar to us. West Ham have hired Rodgers. Good appointment or not? Maybe. Alex Scott, only 45 minutes. He's still not fit enough, is he? We'll see how he does. I think we can squeeze 60 out of him. We're going to put Nevias on the bench. Oh, he's on international duty. I don't know why Chris Smith is there. And Kinnear Marin, hopefully I will sell him. There's just no interest in him at the moment. The price is too high. Let's bring this down to 15 million. If we can sell him as well, that will be good, because at the moment he's not necessary. Got a big squad. And can't remember, did I look at how they were going to play? Wing play again, which does suggest to me we'll drop this down a tad, and let's go. Very rotated team this. This Mane is not happy. Feels his instructions, tackle harder, are not aligned. Okay, we can take that off for you. No problem. Just thought you might enjoy getting stuck in for a day. But if he's not happy, he's not happy. We'll take it off for him. And the opposition, I'm not going to argue with that. So come on, Silver, claim your spot. One of you two has got to claim that striker berth. Morstadt isn't going to be here anymore. And I can't be relying on Morstadt to be the striker anymore. One of you needs to grow up. Garosabal, somebody was asking about Missouri just now. Garosabal has actually gone up half a star this window. And I think Missouri has gone down half a star. Just my coach's feelings, and I don't have the greatest coaching team, but they are getting a sense that there is a competition for that right wing back spot. So it is quite an interesting selection. I also have Badgetic, who can play there. Mane can play as the right wing back. I'm spoilt for choice, and on the left I have Finkruff and Time, and Atom can play as the right wing back. So I'm actually spoilt for choice for a change. There is a wing back that I'm looking at bringing in. I think he will be a good signing, but at the moment I'm trying to resist signing players just because I've got money. That we should just let this squad settle and let them play together. At the moment I've only brought in one player. Utara, if he comes, will make it 2. That's a very quiet transfer window. But I think they're key positions, and adding one more right winger I think will be probably enough. Mr. K, how are you, my friend? Oh, we do need to win this, guys. Set a marker for the Europa League. It was unlucky. It was a nice pass. I'm still not sure, even though we have this flair and vision, that be more expressive is the greatest of all buttons to click. And I think sometimes I make an error by allowing that, because they just do silly things at the end of the day. Because flair of 15, still, I'm actually going to take it off. So let's take that off and see if it makes any of a difference. Because sometimes I think just asking them to be more expressive is a bad thing. Because all you're going to get is one good goal now and again. But these two friendlies are tough friendlies. These are not easy teams. It's the quality of the team we're going to meet in the Europa League. So they're good teams. We have to put out a good performance. But this is a rotated team. It's the reserve team. We have to bear that in mind. And it would be nice if this reserve team can get a result against them. Then we might be on the right track. That's a poor touch. So now Dominguez is playing as a centre mid on support. Scott is playing as the DLP, isn't he? And the DLP will get forward as well. So both of those will get forward. And if we have a ball winner in there, I think that's a good role in there, because he just generally, when we lose a ball, he just runs at the ball. Yeah, Scott was already, he's been a season with us already. He didn't have the greatest season. None of them did. None of them had a great season. So I'm kind of hoping this might be the season that they really gel together. Scott came in, I think, in the last transfer window, James. Might have been the window before. He might have even been here for a while. But last season, everyone was so poor. I don't know how we managed to win the FA Cup. I mean, this game is outrageous sometimes. It was so bad. How did we ever win the FA Cup? And sometimes I think the game is telling me, you've got to leave. You have to leave. Because this team is going nowhere. And the game's giving me opportunities to leave. And sometimes I think that's what the game just is telling me to do. Leave now before you get sacked. But battling it out might not be a bad thing. I am going to do a series with Manchester City, and I will follow this. So every time I do a live stream, and I do 3 games in the live stream, I will do Manchester City with 3 games of Manchester City. And basically we'll find out what was the right thing to do. Was it to go to Manchester City? I think their transfer budget was 266 million. It's quite nice, with players like Haaland already in the team. I might go there actually and find that Haaland wants to leave or something. You never know what you're going to find. So I'm going to do that as a watch along, play along. Just find out which was the right thing to do, Ipswich or City. In that mirror save, I'm still favourite for the Real Madrid job as well. It had passed since Scott is now injured. Oh, bloody hell. It had passed on this one. The Real Madrid job had gone. But in that mirror save, I'm still favourite to get the Real Madrid job. So there's a lot of going on in there. Alex Scott. Oh, boy. I'm going to play Badgertich. Give Badgertich a run out rather than turn to João Gomez again. Appeared inspired. I don't do that enough. I need to do that more. Just laziness, not giving them a little team talk before they go out. These little things do matter. Like shouts matter. As long as you don't do them too often. I think they alter a player's mentality for about 10 minutes of the game. So if in the dressing room you actually inspire them... Oh, Silva. If you inspire them in the dressing room and they'll... Oh, diffs allowed for offside. Looks like we've lost our ability to score again. And if you tell them something and then you get that message, looks inspired, for 10 minutes they're going to have really good games. So these shouts do matter. And it's laziness just not telling the subs anything before they go on. If sometimes they're only going on for 15 minutes, that can make all the difference. I would have to admit, these are two games that are hard that I've asked these boys to play. But they've got to step up to the plate and prove that they can win games, because this is the kind of team we're going to face in Europe. And we have to beat them. I will have a stronger team out against teams like this in Europe, but we still have to beat them. And these boys have to prove that if necessary they can step up to the plate. And that was out of play, referee. Did you see that? Yes, the ball was actually there when he brought that in. It was well out of play. Come on, boys. I need a goal. I don't think we've had a goal since the session started, have we? That's like going on for 135 minutes without a goal. You got to step up, boys. More stats on his last appearance. He's got contracts on his mind. If we don't get Otara, it's possible that I might have to go to the 4-2-3-1 for a while, if he doesn't make his mind up quick. And after this, we've got the Community Shield. We're going to have to play better than this to beat Arsenal in the Community Shield, that's for sure. Just doesn't look to me like this is high-tempo football that we're playing. We're not zipping it about as we should be. We are creating space on this right-hand side. We're just maybe not attacking enough. Might be the problem. Because we are like dominating the game, but maybe when I'm not getting enough players forward. So we maybe can adjust Dominguez and he can go and be an attacking centre mid. Just get somebody forward. Oh, it's half time, is it? So we'll put Dominguez on attack. And make sure we win this. His team has like been scoring at will. We're still at half time. What is going on here? Everything's done. It's because I changed the... Oh, for goodness sake. It's because I made a change right on the whistle and the game couldn't cope with that. So glitched. I don't want to go attacking. Not until we're absolutely pinning them in their own half. And I'm not seeing that that's what's happening, and they are dangerous on the counter. But it just looks slow. The passing is slow. Go on, son. Prove your point. Get in. He is a good young player, Emmanuel. I put him in the squad because he deserves his chance now. Oh, it was an own goal. It was off target, but that'll do. That will do. So we have got some very, very good young players. I'll have to say that. Some of them, like Kinnear and Mazianis, both centre-backs, will go out on loan. We have a couple of very good midfielders, both of whom will go out on loan because I haven't got room for them as yet. And hopefully when they come back, like Emmanuel, they'll find their way into the squad. He might become a good player. Needs game time though. So this is a big game for him. He's playing well. Fair play. He didn't get any credit for creating that goal. You don't get any points for an assist, because that in FPL would go down as an assist. Here it's probably a shot off target. FPL assists are very different. Oh, we're in. Come on. More stats in. Go on. Hit it. It's in. Nice for him to get a goal when he's on the way out. Sad to see him go, but I don't think he's going to make it, unfortunately. And I do have to play Silva or Finkler or Valesco now up front. There's too many forwards, and he's probably the weakest of the four of them. Sad to see him go. It's not often you sell your top scorer from last season. But he's only top scorer because the rest were so bad. But these wonder kids are going to have to start playing at some point. They can't be bad forever. Not with the attributes they have. Oh, should have scored, Emmanuel. Should have scored. I've just been talking about you, saying how good you are. You should have scored them. Yeah, they're all doing well. This Genk team are no mugs, and they are possibly like most of the teams that we're going to play in the Europa League. So putting the reserve team out and getting this kind of result is promising. Although we don't have the result yet. Just looking where this winger is. He's the winger, isn't he? Yeah, so just concerned about his positioning when we're defending. And these two are too close together. It's just familiarity. They will get it in the end. And it might have just been all it needed to score was to get that extra body forward. And that caused the space for us to score. Whilst we've been defensively solid the last two games, we haven't been much of an attacking threat. But we did push the extra body forward, and we scored two, so might be just down to that. And this doesn't look like wing play to me, Mr. Assistant. Another injury to forward now that we're selling more stat. We'll have our forwards injured. Silver's gone. Yeah, let's get him off before it gets worse. Winkler, where are you? Who's my oldest striker? It'd be Velasco. But he's not actually a striker. Velasco is 25. I think that's my oldest player. But he's not really a striker, Velasco. He's more of a winger. But can play striker. These two, I think they're out and out strikers. So let's change the team now. Velasco. It's what we've been doing. Say goodbye to Morstadt. So Allende can come in here. What I don't have is a right winger to replace Arribas. So we'll go with Arribas for now, and we might change it in the last 5 minutes, change the shape. Grenbach can come in here. And Chieta can come and do this role now. Which means João Gomez rests. And then Missouri. Diamonde. Atom. Actually, we will put Renault in there and Diamonde, because that's probably going to be my partnership, and then Timon. And I think everybody's changed apart from Arribas. So I'm short of a winger, but we can go into the 4-2-3-1 for the last 10 minutes. I think winning against bigger teams pre-season leads to a better start. I don't think so. Cagliari, I've absolutely no idea. I think it's good to play against better teams because your team has to be sharper. They're not complacent. I mean, you can see these guys are not complacent. Against bigger teams, it sharpens them a little bit better. Even if you lose, I still think it's better. Mix it up with teams you're going to win against for morale purposes, but make sure at least 2 of the games are against teams that are either the same or better than you. If you're playing against weaker teams, what you get is complacent all over the place. And that's not what you want from pre-season, really. Yes, you want them to score goals, because I want them to get used to scoring goals. But you can't just do that every game. I mean, I've got pretty much my first team on the pitch now that should bury this team now if the reserves did that well. This team should bury them now. And there's a goal. It didn't take long. It's only Arribas I have to worry about now. Barks, the guy could fit the builders back up. Not quite sure what you mean. For right winger, yeah, the Barcelona boy, I think he'll be a good signing. I really do, to be fair. And he certainly would give me a third option out here. At the moment, I've only got 2. So he gives me that third option out on the right. It gives me another option as an attacking mid. And we're going to be playing a lot of games, hopefully, this season, with the Europa League and with Premier League and Cups. Could be 70 games, so there's enough games to go around for a big squad. But it will be a squad that we haven't... Oh, I say, Aribas. Oh, I say. It will be a squad that we haven't spent too much money. We haven't brought new players in. 3 maybe will be the final count. And that will mean that hopefully they will start the season strong because they all know each other. And the players I've brought in, like Rualt and like what's his name, if he joins, Dango, they won't start the first few games. And hopefully, because we've played together, because the team has played together all last season and know each other, we'll have a good start to the Prem for a change. That was some goal, that was. Oh, I say, they're all at it now. Have I switched off that? Yeah, I've switched it off, but they're all at it now. Still, Aribas is handling it quite well. Don't need to panic about him. I just wish Utara would make his mind up. And he's got nowhere else to go and play football. He might as well join us. Unless he's just hanging around hoping that somebody better than Ipswich will come and try and pick him up. But there's no interest in him at all, apart from us. So come on, sign that bit of paper, boy. Aribas is gone now. Okay, so let's go and switch this back. Let's go to the 4. Not that one. Where did that go? Where did I put this in both of them, did I? What a dummy. Which one am I using? It's that one, yeah. So this one is the 4-3-3. This one should be the 4-2-3-1. So he can play as the volante. He can just be a support role. He can play as a deep line playmaker on defend. Those are cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool and that's cool. And now Aribas can come off. And I might actually, yeah, let's give Sadat a run out. Why not? Let's give him a run out for 10 minutes. He's been really good, Sadat, in pre-season, so let's give him 10 minutes. He's probably going to go out on loan. There really isn't a place for him in the squad. But he's had a very good pre-season. Go on, show me something, Sadat. No, it's not going to happen. But we'll take a 4-0 victory against Genk. I'd say that's a very good victory. Oh, one more highlight, but it's theirs. Offside. There was a strange highlight. Because now it's full time. I'll take that. 4-0. And now we go to Scott injured. He's going to miss the... I sometimes think that I'm missing midfield player. But I have... Like, if I go to the squad planner, I go to this one, which should be the 4-2-3-1 now. What's going on? Because I got to change it in here now, haven't I? That's the one I'm using. I don't know how this has happened. So if I make him... what was he? We can make him a ball winner, and we can make him deep line playmaker. That works together. It could be a Volante. I haven't decided how on that one yet. So if I now go to the squad planner for this one, and I click on the midfielder, I got a ton of them. Marin hopefully won't be here, but we have a lot. Fanguero is on international duty. Scott is injured now. Diamande, of course, can play as this one, and then for here, like, feels like I've got a ton of them. Gietta, Fanguero, and if I then go to even the 4-3-3 and I click on that, I've got a ton of midfielders, but I sometimes feel like I'm short of midfielders, but I've got loads of them. It's just kind of weird. So Scott now going out. We'll go back to this one. And it's because I'm resting players like Chiesa. Chiesa needs to come in here. João Gomez, of course, is my ball winner. So I'm resting players who these two are the main men. Grembach, of course, can play there. Yeah, so many. So I do at some point need to pick my first team. But I don't know what my first team is going to be at the moment. I'm not quite decided. I might just have to go on form. Doesn't exactly say. Arribas is playing well. Who is Likuti? He's one of the coaches, is he? So at some point, I didn't realize you got Mad Dog as your assistant manager. I have changed my assistant manager in the summer. Who did I bring in? Can't remember who I brought in. Yeah, Jason Tyndall I brought in. Because of his tactical knowledge more than anything, and his judging player ability is good, people management is good, but he's got tactical knowledge, and that's kind of like why I brought him in. The other one I had was not. So Morstead is going. I think we need to have a word. I've had a great time here. You've really helped me improve my game. I'd love to come back one day. We did get on, me and Max, but his time is up. So I've got to make decisions about... I do wish Boyo would make his mind. I don't know why he is not making his mind up. There's no one interested in him. Just Ipswich. And why doesn't he just sign the bloody paper? I think, though, I do have to have other options there. So I do think that Soule would be a good option. What I don't want is for him to be a regular starter. I'd like him to come in as a squad player, although in all fairness he probably is the best winger of all of them. He's pacey, his dribbling is very good, his crossing is average, his first touch is good, passing is very, very good, as well as his vision. Flair fits with the team, technique is very good. I think we have to go and make an offer for him. 20.5 million, yeah, let's just do that. Let's see. I think Dango waiting for a work permit. Is he? I thought he just hadn't made his mind up. Oh yeah, he's waiting for a work permit. You're quite right, I missed that one. But now I can't find out when his work permit is being decided. So I think that he will be a good signing. Dubious. Oh, okay. I thought he was interested. 63 to 78. Let's see what he's up to. Regular starter. Can I get him in as a squad player, first of all? Will allow us to treat him as a stepping stone. He's not going to... Oh, he's gone for it. He's gone for it. That's perfect. If I can drop him down a little bit. And assist bonus can go up a little bit. We'll drop that down. Hopefully you'll be okay with that. One-year extension after 15 league games. I thought you wanted to use it as a stepping stone. Avoid relegation final season. I just think that's not necessary. Although it doesn't really matter. 75 and once 98 after 5 international appearances. Okay, I'll go with that. See if we can get him in. Yeah, I know. I didn't see the email, Kagri, to be fair. That's something I've overlooked. And the emails only go back a week or so, don't they? 2 weeks, possibly. There probably was an email that... move delayed to work permit. 26th of July, so it's tomorrow that he comes in. So he can start actually in the Community Shield. So we've solved that problem, and that also frees up Arribas to play as a winger. And also, this guy, who is he? Sule. I think he's a very good attacking mid option. Sadat, I think we'll accept that. He needs football. He's not going to get football with me. No, he got game time last season with the injuries to my goalkeepers. He's not going to like it. Oh, he went with it. Oh, but we can use an ESC, can't we? One ESC slot available. Mane has got the other one. We have to appeal first, don't we? How long will all that take? Hopefully not too long. 29th. We gotta wait till. We can use an ESC on him. So, can we repeat our performance of the cup final and go and do something against Arsenal? It's just like, as the games have got harder, you notice our goals are starting to dry up. Nobody wants Marin. See if he can find a club for himself. He's going to have to reduce his wage demands. Booker can go out on loan. I need to deal with that. He should not be in the under-21s. I put him in the first team squad. We have a big squad. 2-0 to the Arsenal, do you think, James? I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal. Unless they are not prepared for the season yet, you never know. I have won the Community Shield before. Barcelona's Soule is going to Tottenham. Rejected the offer from Ipswich. I want match reports on him. But at least we know that we can get Dango in here. So Arsenal, I think they're going to play controlled possession or tiki-taka, aren't they? Yeah, control possession. And that means we need a higher line. I'm going to go for it. It's just the Community Shield, and we need to go and try and win it. So we'll go balanced, actually. Offer out Marin with some wage contribution. Then when an offer comes in, take the wage contribution off the table. That's an interesting thought, Pat. Even, like, I don't think his wages are that high, though. Sadat now is in the wrong place. He's going to confuse me. So Marin, his wages, 39.5. He's not on excessive wages. So I don't know what that is about. I need to set up my team, don't I? So it will be Missouri. And he can play as a wing back, not as a complete wing back. No, actually, let's go for it. And Mane, no. Diamande. Yeah, Diamande and Mane. I think that's the way we should start, with Timon. Kita, yes. Gomez, yes. And Utara still hasn't made it. I'll change those over if he makes it in time. He's not going to make it in time, is he? And then Winkler, I think. Valesco. Maston Twaino's still away. Injured. Allende. Tempted to actually swap those over, like put Valesco out wide and have Allende in there. I've got no other option because they're all injured or away. So how many subs am I allowed? 9, isn't it? So take those out. I can use 5 from 9. Cummings Bart shouldn't be in there. That means Silva can go up. Who else doesn't belong there? Kinnear. Meaning Grambach can go up. So I've got Atom, Garosabal, Rualt, Finkgraf, Grambach, Silva. Light. See, again, I'm light in midfield, I think. I'm always thinking I'm light in midfield. So Grambach, Dominguez, Badgetic. I'm actually light up front now. Too many. So Grambach can play all over the pitch, really. So he needs to play as well, Grambach. So I might, instead of a Valesco, start Grambach. And I'm actually going to play Valesco up top. He's the most experienced. Right, we've decided. Clubs want the player to reduce his wage demands. I mean, I would argue if he's like on 100k a week, then I would argue that that's a valid reason that the game has got for using that. But when he's on 37, I'm really not sure about that. I mean, those wages are nothing. Look at this. Dominguez, 5.7. Is he the one who is bringing down the dressing room? Diamande, 6.05. I wonder, because like in all the interviews I went to, they said 2 players in the dressing room were causing problems. So who would they be? And how do you find out? So it's like it might be training that you find out. Who are the complainers bringing morale down? I'll go to the squad and look at the morale. Morale is, it's good, but it's not brilliant. It might be if I get rid of Marin. Maybe Marin is causing the problem. If I go to the hierarchy, I don't think Marin is in this lot. No, he's an other player. Where is he? Yeah, he's just in the other section. I just don't get it. Who could they be? Who could they be? Let's focus on Arsenal. Wow, he wants to make wholesale changes to what I've done. Grambach is not a ball winner. Nowhere near it. But okay, I'm going to go along with what he says, except for the wing-backs. The back line, I'm happy with. Dominguez for Kita. Still needs to get fit, so probably not a bad idea. And he wanted... Grenbach or Allende. I think it was Grenbach he wanted in there. Grenback as the other mid. Let's go with that. Because often in these games I get this wrong. So Grenback will not be a ball winner. He would know what to do with that role. So he's got no ball winning skills at all. He's tackling 9. I think I'm going to put him as a centre mid on support. It's a very easy role to play. And then Allende as the winger. I didn't realise he could play there. That's good news if Allende can play there. Yeah, he can. So we'll put Allende there. Is he a winger or an inverted winger? Doesn't matter. We'll play him as a winger. So he's getting happier. Valesco and then Winkler. I'm not sure about that, but I'm prepared to go with his instinct at the moment. He needs to be on attack. And Winkler up top. I do need these boys to one day decide to play. Diamonde is actually a very good suggestion in this midfield role, and that would actually allow me to play Diamonde as a deep line playmaker on defend, and then a centre mid on support. He could also even be an anchor. Might suit better to be an anchor, and Grenback play as a DLP on support. As long as we've got a DLP in there. Dominguez then will need to be replaced. And Atom will start. Or Rualt. Oh, I hate these early seasons because I'm not sure who my best team is. I didn't really want him to play. Rualt can play here. And then Mane. That'll do. No, not changing those. I want my best wing backs playing. Can we win a trophy? It's the kind of game that we win and then we go and lose in the most easy of all games. We have a good record playing in cup finals. Very good record. Right, we can allocate an ESC place, which means he can sign for us. So when we continue, hopefully we'll see he has signed. Oh, that's one of them. Who's the other one we're waiting for? I don't think we have to wait for that. He's just been allocated. He's in now. So the other one should be in. Not in yet. Neither of them. So did he go into the under-21s possibly? Or has he just not signed for us yet? How long does it take before So we've allocated him. Oh, it's, yeah, the other one. Oh, the other one went to bloody Tottenham, didn't he? I'm getting confused here. Utara is now, or should be, an Ipswich player. Fans are happy. What do you want number 13 for? Unlucky 13. And the last bit. He's under 21. Still only got 21 registered because they are so young. You still think so? Because now I've got Allende. I didn't realise that Allende plays on that right wing as well. Do I need to rush out and buy someone? I've got 3 who fill that role. Arribas can fill that role. I've got Scott, who's injured. It's maybe an attacking mid that I'm looking for more than anything else. This may be an attacking mid. So I'm going to put João Gomez on for... So he's going to be my ball winner, and he's going to play as the DLP. But on a defend duty against Arsenal. Because maybe it's an attacking mid that I want more than a winger now. Because I've only got like... I've got options, like Velasco can play there, Arribas can play there, Grenbach can play there, but they're not outstanding attacking mids. They're just average players. So if I want anything at all, it may be someone who can play in both of these positions. And that's why that Barca boy fitted the role so well. I thought I needed a right winger, which I don't. But I actually think somewhere in here is what I'm looking for. See, like Hugo Larsson is perfect, but I can't afford him. And he's got a transfer arranged. He'd be perfect because he plays in all 3 of those. Look, there's another one who plays in both of those positions. I think we'll scout him. And let's go to... Currently no players waiting to be scouted. I've just asked you to do one. So he's the only one, so he will be allocated very soon. I mean, an excellent player. Could probably even afford it now. 71 mil. And adjust the wage budget as well. So he would probably work. I'd like it if he could play as a DM as well, but beggars can't be choosers. And then this guy, Dion Lopi, is also an option. Plays in both of those, freeing up someone to go further forward. There are options. He has been kind of like scouted by me for a long time, and he can play in these positions. Oh, he's a very, very good player. Would be a lovely deep line playmaker. Would be an absolutely splendid deep line playmaker. 40 million. We could afford that. He gives us options. The reason why I'd never looked at him, because it's the wrong wing. If he had, if he could play that side, he'd have been signed up. He is, as a winger on that side, he's a 5-star player. I could adjust the tactic so we switch it over. But then I probably wouldn't have enough midfield left players. But if we need to play him, we could switch over. We could mirror the tactic on the other side. An exceptional player. So there are options which I'll look at off cam. Yeah, I can't do that, James. I can't. I've never done that. I will only ever sign players that my scouts find. I never just otherwise I'll just go and watch YouTube videos and just build the best team. So it's I just don't like doing that, because one, it just makes the game too easy. You just go and buy all the recommendations from YouTube, and then or the people who watch you, and then you just hey Ben, good to see you. Didn't see your comment there. It just is silly, because you just have this, and secondly then you end up with the same team every time you do a save, and thirdly I think it's cheating. And, let your scouts find your players. They will find little gems. He is a gem at 40 million. Just doesn't quite fit. As an advanced playmaker, he is a 4.5-star player. He's a little gem at 40 million. They will find them. Hey, Parfait, how are you doing? Oh, he's already scouted, is he, James? I was surprised you said that, because you know that's what I do. Somebody from Brighton. Let's go to Scouting Centre. Let's go to let's go to somebody who can play on the right wing then. So there's one Airy. Of course, he's always on people's shopping list. He's an option. He can play there. And hopefully would become a very good player. And then there's a guy called Schmidt. Just a youngster who's not ready. And then Miles Lewis Skelly, Arsenal. Eliso. On the short list, so those are midfield. On the short list, attack, no. We haven't found a good forward for a long time. This guy I was thinking about signing, but he's just in that price range where he's going to want to be an important player. So I'm not going to sign him. I like my wing backs. So I really don't. I'll have a look. If I go to, okay, let's try. We'll go to the Brighton team. And players. You mean Barco? No, he's not. And he's on the wrong side anyway. Same as the other guy I was looking at. But yeah, I could go and find all these players. If I go to transfer. We don't know. He's never been scouted. So unless my scouts find them, I ain't gonna... Barco comes from South America. I know that because of the journeyman save. I think he's Argentinian, is he? I had some very difficult games against Barco. Scout page and Cisco. This guy. Yeah, he doesn't play there. Good attacking mid. And will probably be a very good attacking mid. But price, I think, too high for a player like that. It's got a great long shot on him. He needs to be able to play there for me. Or in centre mid now. I need someone in centre mid. I'm going to go through this off camera. We need to focus on Arsenal now. I'm trying to win another trophy. I'll have a look, James, off camera, and then come back if I think that I've got someone. But at the moment, it's really difficult because all I wanted to do ever for this transfer window is just keep the squad together and not make too many transfers. That was my that was what I was thinking. So Mane is going to be vice captain. He'd probably be the best captain, actually, wouldn't he, Mane? But Allende is the current captain. Maybe that is the problem. Can I talk to Allende? Mane would be a better captain, but he's not going to play every game. Allende, he's not going to play every game either. Let's keep it like that. Let's not upset the apple cart. He wants to go there, but not unless they're willing to offer me 80% of the wages. We're going to make some money out of this if you're going to go. It's a shame because I wanted to give him some game time off the bench, but I can't just have players hanging around. Okay, it's the Community Shield game. Let's go with that, but I'm going to do my own there. No, we're going to go and give Arsenal a game. We're going to try and win it. It's the Community Shield. If we lose, we lose. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to wait until team selection's over. We do have Utara, who can come onto the bench now. And he can come on for... So Garosabal, Finkgraf, Atom, Dominguez, Bajcetic, Kita, Diamonde. I'm actually going to play Kita. Manager's late changing of the Grembach is going to come in, and not as a ball winner. He's going to play as a centre mid on support. Allende or Kutara. Kutara here. Allende here. Arribas or Velasco? Probably Velasco here. Late changes to the lineup. Grembach might actually come out as well. João Gomez is coming in as a ball winner. Late changes. Is he fit, Utara? Yeah, and he knows his role better than anybody else as well. He's fit. He's set to go. And that's a pretty good bench as well. We need to just put in... Yeah, see, I do need a midfielder, and I Badgertich can come in for one of these two. Atom can come in for Finkgraf. So Atom, yeah, Rualt. And then I've got plenty of midfielders now. Aribas up front with Grunbach and Silva. There we go. Let's go and hit this game. Concerned about being left out. You're not fit, you donkey. You're injured. Can't pick him if he's injured, you donkey. What is wrong with this? Like, how can I pick him when he's injured? Let's go win it for them. Let's do it for the fans. You should all know the fans by now. They're the ones that surround you when you're playing. Well, I don't like all this hard tackling, but I think he's right, though. Gabriel Jesus does not need hard tackling. In fact, we should do nothing with him, as I recall. Martinelli does need... No, he doesn't. But left foot. And we need to tight mark him. It should be left foot. We don't need to do that. Don't need to close him down. Saka. We need to close down. Tight mark. We don't need to hard tackle him. We need to tight mark him and close him down. Kai Havertz is the problem. Always. Somebody needs to get very tight to him, and we need to close him down. We need to put him on his right foot. Odegaard, tight mark him. Right foot and hard tackle him. Declan Rice, we close him down. I think he's got a weaker foot as well, Declan Rice, hasn't he? Yeah, left foot. And Zinchenko. We don't want that. He's not supposed to be doing that. But I do want him to roam from position. That's part of what he should be doing. Don't know why that changed. Because of this stuff that was going on. I need to sort that out, don't I? Off camera. I wonder if anything else changed. I'm actually going to use that, be more expressive. Dribbling we're not bad at. And we're going to ask them to play out of defence. Arsenal will press. But if we can break their press... And so Zinchenko, Allende, I want to tight mark Ben White, and Zinchenko can be tight marked by my right winger. And we're good to go. Close down players who can pass well. I generally, if they are very dangerous players, I want to tight mark them. And the reason why I want to tight mark them is that they are very good players, and just closing them down might give them the time they need to do the pass that they want to. What I want to do when they're tight marked is discourage the centre-backs, for example, from passing to them, because somebody's already there, or should be, and then that discourages them from passing to them, and they should pass to somebody else. That's the hope. That's what I try to do. I close down people who have a good long shot, and players who are not the best or not in form, because closing them down can make them make poor decisions. I don't know if that's right either, but they're just things that people do because it seems to work. Trigger pressing is closing down, basically. It's a new word for an old thing. I was closing down when I was playing football in school. It's just a new word for something that's quite old. A trigger press is just basically if a player puts himself into a position where he's likely to make an error, then you will trigger press him to try and make that error happen. And I tend to trigger press someone who's not in form, who's not doing well. And hopefully it helps them or makes them make mistakes. Go on, Dango, you're having a great season so far. Unlucky, son, unlucky. Is this the season we start playing? After all the troubles we've had. Or, yeah, exactly. Somebody who is likely to make a mistake because of that. Somebody with poor decision-making is an ideal... We're a goal behind already. It's an ideal candidate for a trigger press. Oh, who didn't do the marking job on Saka? It's the left-back Timon. Yeah, let him go. Immediately behind. Only 4 minutes on the clock. Timon, just let him go. Fast asleep. It's okay, it's early days, yeah. We were actually, up until that point, we were the better team. That final pass isn't working. The first 5 minutes, we've had several options, and the final pass just hasn't worked. Dango had a couple. Well, they've had one shot, one on target, one goal. It tends to happen to Ipswich, that. They are, let's face it, it's Arsenal. It's no longer a mug team. But if we keep creating chances, then who knows? Who knows? Timon went to sleep, and he let him in. Go on, Dango. Go on, son. Oh. If that had been on his left foot, he would have scored. His left foot is better, I think, than his right foot. He was rifling them in from this area in pre-season. Oi. I think for nothing, he's a good signing. He might not be the best right winger in the world, but he looks good in pre-season and good for free. Oh, is it 2-0? No. I wonder if it's because the line... Because Arsenal are just focused a little bit down the flanks at the moment. I wonder if it's because of that. Because every time they break, they're getting behind my defence. Do you tend not to type mark players with acceleration and pace? I tend to step off them. Like my wing backs are both told to close down less. Give them the space. Just jockey them. Don't try to go with them. Like for somebody like Martinelli, you don't want your wing back diving in. Just wait. Yeah, far too risky. They will go past you if you try to close them down or tight mark them. It's far too risky. Just really pacey players, just give them the space and wait to engage them until basically they've run out of space. Oh, good. Declan Rice is seriously hurt. He's on the way to hospital, is he? So let's see how bad he is. Oh. Now he's going to get worse. So if they have good players out wide, I just generally, and these players should be just told, they should be on close down less. Just let them have the space in front of them and wait. Generally, my central defenders can deal with crossing. So I don't mind the pacey players going outside as a general rule. Of course they will eventually get a good cross in and teams will score eventually. That's football. This be more expressive. Are they just taking too many long shots? Would this be more expressive on there? But they are in the game, so should I just let them play this game? There's nothing on it apart from a trophy. Most teams would just see it as a friendly. We have the match momentum. Shots are on target. So I think we should just let them play with that, be more expressive. We've actually been the better team, I think, overall. We've had more possession, more shots. Their XG is slightly better because our shots have been long shots. But on the whole, we're unlucky to be a goal behind, I would say. I mean, if the wingers do their job defensively on the wing backs, what was that about? Offside, was it? So if these guys out wide like that, that's why they're tight marked. But yeah, I think this be more expressive has got to go, I think. They're just taking shots from anywhere, believing that they are great players. We are definitely the better team. No, I don't want to slow it down. bear it in mind, but I don't want to slow it down. We are definitely the better team. Arsenal are having a very torrid time. Yeah, it could be Cagliari, it could be. But they are playing well. They're passing well at this tempo. It just might mean I might have to be a little bit more disciplined as time goes on. But while they're playing well, why would you stop them? This is not as good a team as Arsenal. So while they're playing well, don't stop them playing well. That's my feeling on this. It's not a game that I have to win. I'd like to win. I like trophies, no matter what they are. But as yet, it's early days. And Arsenal may not be 100% fit. Well done. Well done. So defensively, since I dropped the line, we're doing a lot better. And if I'd dropped the line from the beginning, we would be drawing now. We just got caught out with that high line. Timon went to sleep. The line was too high. But they haven't really done anything to us since they scored. They've had a free kick and a corner. Come back into the game a little bit now. That was a bit sneaky. It was a good save. He gave the goalkeeper the eye there for a minute. Oh. I thought Declan Rice was dead. It wouldn't happen to my player who has had nothing left in the heart. Ah, that's not good. Well, it's done now. We don't ever come back from 2-0 down. Set piece, just unfortunate. I mean, they're not really playing that bad. The front players are not playing great because they were taking too many shots. But we have pretty much we've got more possession. We've had more shots on target. It's just they've been more clinical than us, and I think that is what this save is about. We can't score goals for some reason. I'm not quite sure how to beat this Arsenal team now. Is Declan Rice fully recovered then, has he? He was dead a minute ago. Yeah, he's fully recovered. Martinelli is the problem. Timon is not having a good game. He's obviously taken the blame for the goal. He was definitely he just went to sleep. As far as sometimes you should take your assistant's advice. He said, play think graph. That's why sometimes I just give up and let him do the team selection. Because I so often get it wrong. Team selection. And he did say play think graph, not timing. Right, in the second half, I've got to do something different then, haven't I? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. We've got to try something different. Okay. Furious I was with them. Well, one was a set piece. One we just got caught because I'd put the line up too high. I actually thought we were as good as Arsenal. They were just more clinical. That's all there is to it. They've got better players in attacking areas, and they will score more goals. We don't have that quality yet, and it's like it shows. And I just wonder, should I look for a striker? Is that what the problem is? Should I look for a striker? Because these two are just not cutting it, even though they're wonder kids. How long do I have to wait before they start playing? They're just not doing it. And this is Arsenal, so we're not expected to win. I don't know how we beat Manchester United in the cup final, to be honest. We should never have been in that game. And he could have turned and taken a shot there, couldn't he? I mean, looking at the highlights, there's only one team in it. We are the better team. So I don't really know why we're 2-0 down. The tempo is what I want them to play. And it's they trained with this all last year, this high tempo. So to change it now would be foolish. We're still, I would say, as good a team as they are. Everything is so similar in the stats. They are just better up front than we are. And some of these players are not going to improve. So it's up front maybe. I don't know who the best players are yet. Utara is actually not producing his pre-season form. I don't know if it's your game, but you've got referees are very sensitive. In my level, less sensitive for offside. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Jane. I mean, I do get a lot of offsides, just unbelievable. But all of them are being trained to beat the offside trap. So, I mean, I don't know why. But it may be because you don't normally play in comprehensive highlights, James, or a full match. You don't see all the offsides. There's a lot of poor performances here. Where's Finkgraf gone? Telling me I didn't put Finkgraf on the bench. Oh, that's why Tyman's playing bad, because I didn't actually put him on the bench. Actually, we're going to put Silver on there. And then Aribas there. And we're going to play him as a deep lying forward, and he's going to play as a shadow striker. Tyman's mood, as well as his rating. Once his mood is irritated and not focused, he's got to come off. Unfortunately, they just haven't done it today. It was Arsenal after all. Can't win them all. Shame. We generally have a good record in games like this. Anthony doomed from the start. I think we've been as good as Arsenal. Just the game didn't favour us this time. But it's interesting that our goals dried up again. And we might have another rough season in the Premier League yet again. So it's to do with Europe. And every time I qualify for Europe, it goes pear-shaped. And that's why I didn't want to win that cup final. I didn't want to be in Europe. Like, please don't make me play in Europe again. And we went and won the bloody cup final. And I think that we're going to find that City was the right thing to do, the right move to make. When we do the mirror save, because what's going to happen, and I remember the Notts County save where it happened before this, which like I couldn't win a bloody football match. We had 3 awesome seasons, and after that I couldn't win a football match. Like, okay. And eventually ended up at Bayern Munich and won everything. And this is exactly the same as that. And I will do the mirror save, Manchester City. I'll probably win everything. Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League. And then the story's over. But that's FM is not the story I wanted. It's not for FM to make my story for me. So we'll see what happens at Manchester City. The other thing is I could get sacked at City. If you don't win the Prem, or at least come very close, then you will be sacked. There's only one thing to do now. It's interesting, this experience, because all the ball has been with us in the highlights, all the possession we've seen, all the highlights have been for us, apart from the 2 goals they've scored. And every time we've finally got to the penalty area, we've been offside. Don't know how to combat that. Are you going to score again, Arsenal? Just to rub my nose in it? No. Can't be too upset we didn't take our chances. It's just in terms of, oh, they've pinched the possession off us, but I'm not seeing that reflected. But they have had more possession in the last 15 minutes, because we were 55-45 just now. And he's just too good. Odegaard in FM is just too good. Well, why did my assistant actually suggest that? Dumbass. But it's dumb. It's not to be. I don't want to watch them picking up the trophy. We're going in the dressing room. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, boy. So they're all upset now. Every single one of them. Well, let's go and have a look at morale then. Everything looks good, but if we go to the squad, morale is horrid. So we start the season with morale at an all-time low. Yeah. Okay, so we are done. The season will kick off, for better or for worse. It is strange that you can see we've suddenly stopped scoring goals again. We have Bournemouth, Newcastle, Leicester, Middlesbrough. It's a better start than we had last time, although our run-in is just as difficult. Arsenal, Manchester City in the run-in again. We take whatever we can get. And if we finish in 11th, then we finish in 11th. That is the projection, that we finish in 11th. So if we finish there, it's what the board want. Finish in mid-table. The board will be happy, everybody be happy. I have not made too many transfers. I have 71 million in the bank. I still think I need to improve somewhere. Is it I need to improve as a striker? Is it a striker that I need? James is suggesting I need a striker. These boys are not ready, are they? Silva and Winkler are just not ready. They're still wonder kids. They haven't gone down at all in there. They're still classed as wonder kids. But he's 21. He should be... Silver's still only 19. He's 21. He should be... So maybe I need a striker. And for 71 million, I'm pretty sure I can find a striker. If we go to scouted players and just do a little search. That's the best that's available, I think. Yes, there's just no strikers. Marmouche is available. But again, he's not, attributes-wise, he's not going to... That's one of the more influential players, our captain, about dressing room atmosphere, morale. Let's go and can we go to the dynamics hierarchy? Let's say Timon. Can't ask them about morale. Garosabal. Dressing room atmosphere. I'd say the atmosphere is fairly average rather than good. Is there anything we can do? Can't think of anything that would really improve the atmosphere right now. That's what we got with that. It's average. Somebody in this team is pulling it down. We know that from the interviews that we went to. The two interviews, one with Bayern, one with City, both of them asked the same question. There's a couple of players in your dressing room who are causing problems for morale. How can you convince us that it's not going to happen here? I don't know who they are. The game's got me by the bloody bollocks here because I don't know who they are. It was worth a shot, Pat. But I'm just being hung up by the balls here until the game lets me know who they are. And I've got unhappy players and nobody is supporting them. It's like, what do you want me to do, FM? How can I identify who they are? It's just one person agrees, and I know that's Finkgraf, and he's getting more game time now. So, what is it? According to the morale, everybody is at least good. Nobody's poor. So morale, we got an okay. But most are quite good or fairly good. It's fairly... He's right to say it's fairly average. We have a couple who are okay. But they're okay. They're satisfied, delighted. He's delighted with his playing time, satisfied with his playing time. Fairly okay, concerned. That's Marin. It might be Marin, but nobody's... He's not influential. He's right down the bottom of the hierarchy. Nobody's going to listen to him. Hopefully I can sell him soon anyway. So I don't know who is causing the problem. How am I supposed to know? Unless it might tell me in here. He's not going to like that, but we'll try it. No, we're not upgrading anyone. He's not going to like that either. Oh, I clicked the wrong bloody box here. I'm delighted to report you have a strong backing from the squad, and they all feel that they get along very well with you. This does not make any sense. Why did Manchester City and Bayern tell me you have a couple of players in your dressing room who are causing the poor form, reducing the morale and causing the poor form? Can you guarantee it won't happen here? Atom has declined. Aribas has improved. Yeah, I agree with you. So nothing, no clue in there. Yeah, need to get some cameras put in the dressing room and all over the training areas. Unless the game's going to tell me who they are, I have no clue. There's no way to find out either. I can look at training, for example, as a clue. Who's not training very well, continually failing to train. Is it the same players? Two of these are team leaders, Garosabal and Timon. That's unacceptable. So what is it? If I go and look at Garosabal's happiness, would prefer to have a greater standing within his social group. Timon. So Garosabal is a team leader. Would prefer to have a better. He's not unhappy about the social group. But Garosabal says, and he's a team leader. He's in the team leader group of 3. Would prefer to have greater standing. Oh no, social groups are not. So social group, this one, made up of players who have been at the club for a long time. He's not in that one. Secondary social group, roughly the same amount of time. If he's a team leader, why is he having... Oh no, that's not him. He's in... Where is he? He's not... Oh, he's in this one. Secondary social. Players who've been at the club for roughly the same amount of time and are generally spirited. Well, he's with Timon. Scott Gomez. He wants a greater standing in his social group. So how can we do that? It might be Garosabal. It might be him. But I'm guessing. I don't know is the answer. Anyway, thank you for coming, guys. I need to, I think, look for a striker. I need to set my scouts a task, find me a striker. Because these two boys are not cutting it. And we need to find a striker. Just until they are ready. Morstat wasn't doing it. And thank you guys for coming. I guess we just have to go again with what it is. Even all through that pre-season, morale wasn't very good. Morale has constantly been like this. Even during the great pre-season we had, we were winning all the time, but morale has always been like this. So when Manchester City and Bayern Munich both say in the interview, you have a couple of players who are causing low morale and hence poor form, can you guarantee it won't happen here? The answer to them is no, I can't, because the game controls that and doesn't let me know who they are. So that's the answer to it. That's not given as an option, though. Could just be the game being stupid. Yeah, absolutely. I get accused of playing Route 1 as well, Pat. I like play control passing sometimes. I get accused of playing Route 1. Yep, you're right. It could just be the game being stupid. And the game likes to make it hard for you sometimes. Okay, thanks guys for coming. I've had a good time anyway. We didn't win the Community Shield, but it was Arsenal. I think I need to look for a striker, but we'll see how those early games go. I haven't changed the squad much, and that was the idea, to see if that was the issue. If that doesn't work this season, then I don't know what it is. Garosibal, maybe we got to keep an eye on him. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, which is tomorrow night, which will be Sunderland. So I will see you guys then, and take care, be safe. I have some medical tests tomorrow, got to be up very early. So take care, be safe, and see you tomorrow. Take care, guys.